ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम। सुमुखश्च एकदन्तश्च कपिलो गजकर्णकः लंबोदरश्च विकटो विघ्नराजो विनायकः धूमकेतुर्गणाध्यक्षः फालचन्द्रो गजाननः वक्रतुण्डः शूर्पकर्णो हेरम्बः स्कन्दपूर्वजः शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये यस्य द्विरदवक्त्राभ्याः पारिषद्याः परस्ततं विघ्नं निघ्नन्ति सततं विश्वक्सेनं तमाश्रये। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय कृष्णाय अक्लिष्टकारिणे नमो वेदान्तवेद्याय गुरवे बुद्धिसाक्षिणे कृष्णद्वैपायनं व्यासं सर्वभूतहिते रतं वेदाब्जभास्करं वन्दे समाधिनिलयं मुनिं जन्माद्यस्य यतः अन्वयात् इतरतश्च अर्थेषु अभिज्ञः केने ब्रह्महृदायः आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र सर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि धर्मः प्रोचितकैतवोऽत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सतां वेद्यं वास्तवम् अत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनं श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैरीश्वरः सद्यो हृदि अवरुध्यतेः अत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषुभिः तत्क्षणात् निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं सुखमुखात् अमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिकाः भुवि भावुकाः नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवी सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्. Now with Bhagavan's grace, let us continue from where we left off. Yesterday we came up to slokam number 20 in Adhyayam 29, Skandam number 3, and Bhagavan is replying to Devahuti's prayer, question, request, and describing Bhakti Yoga. Several of the aspects of it has already been, Bhagavan has talked about it. Now 21 through 27 is very extremely interesting for people like me, because it reflects the starting level of Bhakti Yogam, starting level of being devoted to Bhagavan. What do? I do form worship, I do puja, I do so many things, go to the temple, etc. Everything is fine. Please wait till slokam 26 comes, okay? It's very important to take these seven slokams together, or 6 slokams together, and to understand what Swami is saying, okay? The first few slokams, he is pointing out the mistake I do in worshipping a form. Form worship it facilitates bhakti, yes. But if I do it the wrong way, how can it promote bhakti? That is what Bhagavan is going to talk about. So, let me first give you the meaning of slokams 21 to 26, overall meaning first, so you understand the context and the subject matter as we take up each slokam. Okay? The slokams 21 through 26. Bhagavan says here, I abide in all beings as their innermost soul. Now, disregarding my presence within them, human beings make a show of worshipping me through images. Okay, number 1. Number 2. Now, if one disregards me present in all as their soul and Bhagavan and Master, but ignorantly offers worship only to images, such worship is as ineffective as sacrificial offerings made in ashes. Point 2. Point 3. A man who persecutes me, residing in others, who is proud and haughty, who looks upon Bhagavan as the other, such a person will never attain peace of mind. Now that's point 3. Point 4. The man disregards and persecutes fellow beings, but worships me in images with numerous rituals and rich offerings. I am not at all pleased with him for offering such worship. Bhagavan is saying, I'm not pleased. That's number 4. Number 5. A man should, however, worship me in images, form worship, side by side with discharging his duties, which include the love of all beings, until he actually realizes my presence in himself and in all beings. So together with image worship, I must also follow loving all. That's point 5. Number 6. Point number 6. As long as man is self-centered and makes an absolute distinction between himself and others, he will be subject to the great fear of death. Now that's point 6. Now point 7. 21 to 27, not 26. 21 to 27. Okay. So 27. The point number 7. So overcoming the separativeness of a self-centered life, one should serve all beings with honor and love, recognizing that such service is really being rendered to me, who resides in all beings as their innermost soul. Clearest pathway to Bhakti Margam. The deficiencies I have in my worship, and how should I correct it, and how should I live. Okay, so this is Slokam 21 through 27. Now we will take up Slokam 21 today, and as the Slokam says, Bhagavan wants us to do today. Aham sarvabhuteshu bhutatma avastitaha sada tam avajnaya ma martyah kurute arja vidambhanam. Aham sarvabhuteshu bhutatma avastitaha sada tam avajnaya ma martyah kurute arja vidambhanam. Aham sarvabhuteshu bhutatma avastitah sada tam avajnaya ma martyah kurute archa vidambanam. Now, Padarthangal, it is go to. The first line is very simple. Tam avajnaya mam martyah. Okay. Now, aham, I, it is the indweller, Kshetrajna, the one entity, Bhagavan. Sarva bhuteshu, sarveshu bhuteshu, in all beings, bhutatma, the antaratma, the indweller, sada avastitaha, always I am present. Always. Sada means always, which denotes a dimension of time. But not only sada, but also at all times, in all places. Okay? In all ways. Bhagavan is always present. Always. Sada, always present. So, sarvada, sarvakaleshu, sarvatra hari chintanam. That is the main mantra that to be followed. Sarvada, sarvakaleshu, sarvatra hari chintanam. Bhagavan, I am present as the indweller in all beings. First statement. Now, very good. But Martyaha, Martya means one who is subject to death, in this case human being. Tam Mam, Tam, that Mam myself, one who is present in all, as indweller in all beings. Avajnaya, not ignorant of that, not paying attention, not being attentive to that, ignorant of that, not being attentive to that. Archa Vidambanam, Archa Vidambanam. Only the thinking that I am present only in an image, in a form. Archavatara means Bhagavan is also Archavataram, which is we go to temples, Bhagavan is present in Vigraham, or we puja room, in pictures, or Jyoti, whichever way, or when we do Lakshmi Puja, whatever way we may do. And if you go to Gurudwaras, they worship the Grantham, the book. So many ways, different forms. So Archa Vidambanam means they think I am present only in the form and worship me. Thinking like that, they worship me. Kurute, they worship me. I'm present in all beings, but human being ignorant, not only ignorant, not even paying attention to this truth, worships me as if I'm present only in the image that he worships. Aham sarvabhuteshu bhutatma avastitah sada tam avajnaya mam martyah kurute archa vidambanam. Now, sloka number 22. Yo mam sarveshu bhuteshu santamatmanam Iswaram hitvarcham bhajate maudhyat. Maudhyat means a mudam, which means not using buddhi. Maudhyat baspanyeva juhoti saha. Yo mam sarveshu bhuteshu santam atmanam Iswaram hitvarcham bhajate maudhyate baspanyeva juhoti saha. Yo mam sarveshu bhuteshu santamatmanam Iswaram hitvarcham bhajate maudhyate bhaspanyeva juhoti saha. Padartha 22. Yaha, who, sarveshu bhuteshu atmanam santam. Yaha, who, sarveshu bhuteshu, in all beings, atmanam santam, who is present as the indweller. Not only that, Iswaram, the controller, the master. Okay, that entity which is Mam, hitva. The hitva here means, generally himsa means to harm. Actually, the harm comes in, how do I harm somebody? You cannot harm Bhagavan at all. But because I don't consider that other person to be Bhagavan, I cause hurt. It's all within me only. So Mam hitva means one who is disregarding. Okay, disregarding. The word is trying to think of the English word. In Sanskrit, we say upekshita, means alatsyam. In Tamil, we say alatsyam. To not only ignore, but to be indifferent. Exactly, that's the word. To be indifferent to this fact. Mam hitva, being indifferent to this truth. One to me, who is present in all beings, and also the master, the ruler. Now think for a second. The word indifference, hitva here, is very important. Bhagavan cannot be harmed by anyone. Love can never be harmed by anything. But what is happening here? Think in our world, I love someone, I feel good, the other person feels good. But mentally, verbally, by action-wise, this is what we are all made of. We are all nothing but embodiments of love only. Now, the opposite of love is not hatred. Opposite of love is actually indifference. If you exclude somebody from a group, if you're indifferent to the needs of somebody, right, how will the person feel? That is inside. So, Mam Hitva, indifferent to this truth that I am present in everybody, in all beings, and also I am the ruler and the master, and Mam Hitva, indifferent to me, Maudhyat, out of Mudathanam, we say in Tamil. Mudathanam means foolishness. Foolishness means what? Not using the buddhi. And Sankara Bhagavad Pada says in Bhaja Govindam, Mudamathe, he says, you brave fool, he says. Okay, which is what I am, not using the buddhi. Right? So Maudhyat, in a foolish way, Archa Bhajate. He worships the form. Whatever the form it could be. Whatever form you like, you worship. Nothing wrong. In fact, it is prescribed. That's the easy way. But I do it the wrong way. This is what Bhagavan is pointing out here. Okay? How to do the form worship. Okay? I'm doing it the wrong way. So he says, if I do it this way, Yaha Archa Bhajate, one who worships the form this way, indifferent to me who is present in everybody, okay, and foolishly worships me only in that form, okay, Saha, he, Bhaspani eva juhoti. Example given, Bhaspani eva. Bhaspani is ash. After you light a fire and the fire is yagam and homam and all that, after it is put out, there's only ash. Am I worshipping the Agni or am I worshipping the ashes left behind? See, we all worship the Agni, isn't it? So this is like pouring ghee and everything, havis and everything to sambar, to basically ashes. I think no benefit from it, right? So it is wasted out of this foolishness. That's point number 2. Yo mam sarveshu bhuteshu santamatmanam iswaram hitvarcham bhajate maudhyat bhaspanyeva juhoti saha. Number 23. Vishataha parakaye mam maninaha bhinna darsinaha bhuteshu bhaddha vairasya na manaha santim rachati. Vishataha parakaye mam maninaha bhinna darsinaha bhuteshu baddha vairasya na manaha santim rachati. Vishataha parakaye mam manina bhinna darsinaha bhuteshu bhaddha vairasya na manaha santim rachati. Parakaye. One, the para means other. Kaya means body. Okay? And para means other. One who is present in other bodies, other embodiments, including a blade of grass, including a cockroach, not only other human beings, okay, but other bodies. Parakaye, mam dvishataha. Parakaye, one who is present in other bodies, which is mam, myself. Dvishataha, dvesham, dislikes, hatred, enmity. All these feelings are dvesham. Ragam and dvesham. Ragam means attraction. Dvesham means repulsion. One who is repulsive to me, who is present in other bodies. Okay, that, and this person, Maninaha, also has got Dehavimanam. Lots of I am this, I'm so and so, all the Ahamkaram, everything is there. Not only that, full of is haughty and proud, and Maninaha means attached very much to this body. That what he is saying, I am so and so, and limited only to that, and is he repels me who is present in other bodies. Plus, binna dharsina. Binna means differences. Okay, differentiation. So he looks at everything in a differentiated way as if separated from him. Instead of looking for the uniting thing, he's focused only on the differences. This is separate from that, that's separate from this is separate from that. So he looks at it like that. Binna Darshanaha, attached to his body, Bhuteshu Baddha Vairasya. Because Parakaye Mam Vishataha, because he is repulsive to me who is present in other bodies, because of the differences he is perceiving and attached very much to his body. What is the result? Bhuteshu Baddha Vairasya. All beings, other beings, he is Baddha Vairasya. Vairam means enmity. Okay, we all think Vairam means diamond. Okay, the one important meaning of Vairam in Sanskritam is actually enemy. Okay, please remember that. So, Baddha Vairasya, one who's got enemitic feelings and feelings of hatred and jealousy and disharmonious feeling towards other beings, that Purushan, Manaha Santim, his mind attaining peace, peaceful mind, na richati, does not happen. He does not attain peace of mind, which we all know in our life, because it definitely applies to me, right? So sometimes I'm repulsive to some people. Sometimes I feel some others are repelling me, isn't it? Even though it's the same entity person, I'm attached to my body, very much so. And I feel the differences, not the uniting flow, stream of love, prema. So for this, and you continue, these are my friends, these are the enemies, that feeling that we have, ragam and dvesham and all this, where is the peace of mind? So my mind does not attain peace. This is what he says. One who does this does not attain peace. The statement of truth. Dishata parakaye mam maninaha bhinna darsinaha bhuteshu baddha vairasya na manasantim rachati. Now number 24. Aham uchavasaihi dravyaihi kriyaya utpannaya anage naiva tushye architaha archayam bhutagrama avamaninaha. Aham uchavasaihi dravyaihi kriyaya utpannaya anage naiva tushye architaha archayam bhutagrama avamaninaha. Aham uchavachai dravyaihi kriyaya utpannaya anage naiva tushye architaha archayam bhutagrama avamaninaha. The Anaghe, Bhagavan is addressing Devahuti. Anagha means faultless, no impurities, no defect, faultless. Anaghe. Okay. Agam means impurity. Anagha means pure, no impurity. A faultless lady, Bhuta Grama Avamaninaha. Bhutagramam. Bhutam does not mean ghost, please. Okay? The Bhagavan is, when we talk of Kulayar and anybody else for that matter, okay, all the various thoughts and the feelings and the emotions and the desires and the imaginations, every one single one of them is actually a Bhutam. Okay? And and I imagine this person to be a man, this person to be a woman, this person to be my friend, this person to be something else, whatever it is. A cockroach is dangerous, snake is dangerous, so many things I imagine, corresponding I act. So the Bhuta Grama is groups of all the beings in creation, including the blade of grass and a tall mountain, for example. It's all my imagination, how the quality are attributed to it It's what it. I feel it like that, right? If I attribute divinity to it, automatically I feel it as divine. But I don't do that. So what do I do? Bhutagrama avamaninaha. I actually am disrespectful to the various groups of beings, including human beings in our life. I'm disrespectful. I'm not reverential, right? I'm not respectful to them at all. Because each one is actually an embodiment of divinity. And I ignore that fact. I'm indifferent to that fact, to the truth. So I do, avamanam means not humiliation. In this case, it is disrespectful, disregarding, okay, not paying proper respect. Bhutagrama avamaninaha, one who is being disrespectful to all the groups of all the beings in this creation, that person, Ucha vachaihi dravyaihi utpannaya. Ucha vachaihi means various varieties. Dravyangal means the thing that we take to temple, for example, could be milk, it could be curd, could be honey, could be cardamom, could be flowers, whatever I take. Some silk cloth, a golden plate, silver plate, whatever it is. Ucha vachaihi dravyaihi utpannaya. Utpannaya kriyaya. Okay? My actions that when I go to do puja, or perform homam at home, or go to the temple, do kalyanotsavam, do this, do that, whatever I do, right? These are all very important, all these things, but we must do it the right way. But if I'm being not respecting all the beings in the world, but then I take all kinds of stuff based upon my resources and all that, and so uchavachahi, varieties of dravyaihi, various things, material things, utpannaya, this made out of all that, kriyaya, the actions, padarthagal. So my actions that carry varieties of things, made with different things. Kriyaya, what do I do? Archayam architaha. Architaha is a verb. Archayam is the object, to the vigraham, to the murti, to the form I am worshipping. To the form I am worshipping, I am taking uchavachahi, dravyaha, utpannaya, kriyaya, various varieties of things made out of laddu and this and sweets and so many things we do. Panjamritam, right? So many things we do. And all this, with these various things, I do archanai to the vigraham, to the murtam, to the form, to the image worship. If I do this, but I am disrespecting all the other human beings. Do not pay the respect that is due, the worship that is due to the indweller present in them. I'm ignorant and indifferent to the truth. Therefore, I don't respect them. But I do this puja. What happens to this? Even when he does like this, na tushye eva, I will not be pleased with this. Compare this with patram pushpam palam toyam bhaktya priyachataha. The slokam in Bhagavad Gita we shared, that is bhaktya, with love it must come. But here I'm doing it mechanically, right? Very important to understand. Not to share ever. I'm not pleased with it. It's what Swami says. So, when I'm disrespecting and even discarding and disregarding the various beings in this world, including my fellow human beings, I go to the temple, go to the puja room, wherever I go, bring lots of things, various things, and do archana. Bhagavan is not pleased. Verse 24. Aham uchavachai dravyaihi kriyaya utpannaya anadhe नैव तुष्ये अर्चितः अर्चायां भूतग्राम अवमानिनः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम। समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। ओम शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ओम।